He starts by cutting 3/4-inch plywood to the right size, making sure to follow it up with some crosscuts. Next, he uses a Rockler I-Assemble kit, which includes all the metal hardware needed for the project. He follows the instructions closely, but also adds a few customizations along the way. After that, he sizes up the pieces, drills the necessary holes, and uses blue tape to mark the depth of the drill bit. This helps ensure he doesn't drill all the way through the plywood. He then threads in the T-nuts where the bolts will eventually go. Once that's done, he screws in the bolts using an Allen key. This forms the left and right sides of the bed's frame. He attaches the brackets to the top, securing everything into place. Next, he moves on to the stretchers. These go across the top and bottom of the box, and he makes sure everything is square. This is an important step since the bed will fit into this frame, and everything needs to line up properly. With the stretchers in place, he attaches the leg bolts, 3 on top and 3 on the bottom, to secure the frame to the wall and ensure it's stable. After that, he assembles the main frame. There's only one way the frame can fit, so it's pretty straightforward. He attaches the bolts, either by hand or with a drill, depending on what's easier. Now it's time to add the slats. He uses 2 different clips, smaller ones for the outer edges and thicker ones for the middle. He aligns the prongs with the holes, presses the clips down, and they snap into place. He repeats this until all the slats are installed, leaving a small gap so he can stand inside and drop the bolt onto the pistons. He makes sure everything fits properly before tightening the bolts. Once the frame is secure, the bed will lift by itself, thanks to the pistons. He checks the height of the door, about 84 inches tall, and if the bed fits snugly inside the box, he moves on to the next step. He attaches 6 clips behind the bed to hold it in place. For the customizable part, he adds box molding to the front. He cuts 45-degree angles at the edges and uses wood glue to attach the molding, creating a nice, sharp finish. He prefers to pre-make the boxes for a smoother installation, and the double box molding gives everything a clean, level look. Next, he starts building the side panels for the built-ins. Since the bed depth is around 17 inches, he cuts the side panels to the same depth to keep everything flush. He attaches the boxes using pocket hole screws, adding stretchers to tie the pieces together. The design includes 3 spaces, the bottom box for a cabinet, and the other 2 for open shelving. He lines the boxes with pole wrap to hide the pocket hole screws and ensure everything fits snugly against the stretchers. For the open shelves, he makes them stationary, securing them with pocket hole screws as well. Then he moves on to the finishing touches. He adds a face frame made from select pine, giving it a clean, sharp look. After assembling everything, he tapes off the areas he doesn't want to paint and gets to work. He loves the contrast of wood and black, so he paints the outside of the bed black, while leaving the interior natural. Finally, he makes sure the tape and plastic are in place for crisp lines. It's always a little nerve-wracking, but the result is definitely worth it. Once everything is painted and dry, he takes a step back to admire the finished product. That's the whole process. By the end, he has a beautiful custom-built Murphy bed with built-ins that's both functional and stylish.